So check it out. The video everyone asked for. James,
especially me.
James is gonna play a very select part of Final Fantasy X.
The most fun part.
Yeah, literally probably the least fun boss fight, which I narrowly lost against last night. And in order to do the second attempt, Jim has willingly accompanied me here.
I was not deceived in any way.
Not really. The reason I'm on the Sphere Grid right now is that for this boss fight, Holy is recommended. And I just wanted to see how underleveled / close I was. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's a lot, by the way.
You gonna grind, James?
No. Check it out. I'm at 0. So Holy does a lot of damage for this boss because they're undead and stuff. But I really don't feel like that. That's a lot. The most I've ever grinded is like, I don't know, 5 to 8 in this playthrough.
Right.
This is pretty far into the game. I'd say like the 90% mark.
Right.
So
ready to fight Maxwell, Lord of the Summoned Spirits.
Pretty much. We're gonna talk over the cutscene so that it's only mild spoilers for Jim. Because Jim only agreed to this.
Because I'm totally gonna play this game.
Because Jim, you are eventually. Before you die, you're gonna play this. I swear.
Sure.
You agreed to it in blood writing.
Literally, right before I die.
It might be a contributing factor, though. So this is Yunalesca. She's a former summoner, like a long, long time ago summoner.
Yeah.
For those less familiar with 10, which I don't know how you would be, but here's your party.
Hi, gang.
Lulu, Black Mage, Waka, your aerial fighter, Tidus. I hate that name. He's your quick hitter and main character. Yuna's your white mage. Kimari's your all-around.
Tidus, played by an old lesbian we picked up at a bar.
Named Meg Ryan. And Aaron, your heavy hitter.
Yep.
The only thing that they didn't fix in the HD remaster, which is puzzling considering that they fixed it for Kingdom Hearts 1.5, is that the PS2 generation of Square Enix, you could not skip cutscenes. But apparently in Kingdom Hearts 1.5 Remix, you can skip the cutscenes.
Man, that would have been nice for some of those boss fights, because I replayed the first one on PS2.
Yeah, I have not yet replayed the PS3 version, but I distantly remember being stuck on a certain Riku fight, and that was like a 15-minute cutscene.
The Riku fight, it only took me one retry. It's the Ursula fight that got me a bunch.
That one, but I don't remember the cutscene being that long.
It wasn't that long, no.
Oh no, oh look, it's old Aaron, and by old I mean younger. Look, he doesn't have his stupid scar, and he doesn't have his collar up like the guy from Kill la Kill. I think...
Is this a multi-stage boss fight, or...?
It seamlessly is 3 stages, if that makes sense. Like, it does not go into a cutscene. It does not necessarily load out of the boss fight at all. So it's 3 boss fights in a row without there being an interruption.
Okay.
So, does that answer your question?
A little like the in Xenosaga Episode 1, when you fought the Blue Testament.
I'm going to flatly agree with you because I don't remember any of the specific boss fights of that game besides like the last
No, you had to remember. It had a really goofy name. You like killed it, and then it boosted, and then it became Doppelwoggle.
They all had those kind of names, though.
You don't remember Doppelwoggle? That was the silliest name.
Listen, when they put out Xenosaga 1 through 3 Trilogy HD Remix Remaster, which they really should.
Which they should.
Namco Bandai, or sorry, Bamco. Please put that back out.
Please give us Xenosaga 1 through 3. And you know what? Package Episode 1 and 2 in there for the DS as well.
Or put it on the 3DS download shop. We don't care.
Yep. I really don't. Give me more Xenosaga.
More Saga.
But no, it was great, because then you were like, you have defeated me, but can you defeat my true form, Doppelvogel?
Nice. God, that game was so dumb.
Yes, it was, and I love it to death.
I still love it to death. I still don't know if I'd be willing to play through Episode 1 again.
I replayed the whole series my junior year of college.
Replayed?
Replayed
Oh,
the
yeah, that's
whole
right,
trilogy,
junior year of
yep.
college, because we played it like junior year of high school or roundabout.
Sophomore year of high school, and then I replayed it again a couple years ago.
Was it only sophomore? Because it took us about a year to get through the whole thing. Did it not overlap?
It was only sophomore year.
Okay.
Because I started playing it around my birthday, because I got it with some birthday money.
Yeah.
And then we played through that like for the rest of that year.
Yep. It was a weird race that we had with Xenosaga.
Yeah, you won. I remember that for sure.
Well, I always win the races.
I stopped for a while.
I think it was, for a long time, it was like we both, or maybe I had started one before you, and I restarted with you, because it took me a couple times to get through that one.
Yeah, you restarted one after I had gotten into it for a while, because I'd mentioned it offhand in biology class.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh, that thing, the thing I never got more than 5 or 10 hours in, because it's really hard.
And they were like, hey, you want to play it? You want to play it concurrently? And we were like, yeah. And then we bought the other 2 parts and just finished it.
Well, I don't think we bought any of them before we finished the previous one.
No, we didn't. But it ended up with us buying the last parts.
Well, episode 2 was like a 1-week event.
Oh yeah. Episode 2 was a pain. I just remember
this
that
is
one
now we can pay attention more to the cutscene. This is a really cool editing effect, especially for a 2001 RPG, where like the screen blurs at certain key lines and cuts to other parts of the action. Which again, this is the first quasi cinematic role playing game. Period. Not just Final Fantasy, but ones that actually had voice acting and like cool cutscenes and stuff. So, not bad.
They really did fix up the facial textures for this one. I'm actually really impressed.
Well, like very similar to Kingdom Hearts, you probably noticed where each character has like 2 different models, like the in-game one, and then like the nice in-engine face that's not in-game. Yeah, and they would swap back and forth.
That's really unsettling and creepy when they swap back and forth all of a sudden.
They swap back and forth. They did this in Final Fantasy X. The thing I'm referencing here is that the nicer one was replaced by an even nicer one in this version.
Oh, nice.
All right, so we are finally into the boss fight. 7 minutes here or so. So first round, 24,000 health. Yunalesca is the Reaper of Souls and vulnerable to holy magic, which I do not have any of. So if we hit L1, you can swap to your other 4 party members. This is regrettably one of the RPGs where you only get experience if a person did an action in the battle. So in this first round, which is literally nothing, it's good to get everyone in and get some experience.
Gotcha. So they don't even like give just a little bit less experience to your...
No, they give you none.
Inner party, okay.
You get...
Because even Xenosaga let those people have experience points.
No. So when you attack her with a physical attack, she casts Blind on you automatically.
Right.
Which is easy to fix, but it's every time you attack in this round, she will do that. If you... I'm going to swap her. I should get the people I'm not going to use for the rest of the thing out of the way first. I'm not sure what she just cast on him, but it didn't work. Oh, I just realized.
So you can trade out characters and use them in the same turn.
I just realized I'm kind of an idiot in the sense that I never looked at everyone's weapons or equipment to see if there's even a chance that I didn't have zombie or death proof, because that's the stuff that's really helpful later on. We'll just cycle through here because we already know that we already got Waka's turn in here. I mentioned this before, but the weapons, like, they don't get better on their own merit. Like, they just have the ability to add little abilities like this.
Okay.
We're going to use Mug, which will get me an item and do a little bit of damage here. Oh, it didn't count as an attack for some reason.
Huh.
Let's get James in. That's me, because Titus is a dumb frickin' name.
It is, though.
Let's see if... I just want to... I'd be like, you actually have to work really hard and do a lot of side stuff to get a death-proof weapon, but I thought there might be a chance that I might get one or the other. Doesn't look like it.
You are not death-proof.
I'm not, though. Go ahead and use a dumb little ability. Everybody gets a little bit stronger here. Thankfully, like, this boss fight doesn't take forever, actually.
we're just gonna make it take forever.
It's just that little things like in order to get experience, you want to get everyone in on this round.
Yeah.
Actually, I take that back. I'm just gonna swap everyone in and out until everyone's sick of it. Oh, he missed because he's got darkness. Okay, so she cast dark. Oh, that's what blind is. Derp.
Yep.
Then we're gonna swap Kamari out because he sucks big dicks. And then we're gonna have Yuna come in and do her ability, which is to use an item that anyone could use. Because we want to save her MP. So yeah, first stage of this boss fight is not a big deal at all. It's just getting everyone in. Because you may or may not get everyone in later, because it's going to get really hectic really, really fast.
It's going to get dumb.
It's going to get really dumb. Hey, look, Absorb. That does a lot of damage and healing. Thanks.
You're welcome, she said.
You're welcome, Yunalesca said, anecdotally.
You're welcome, Winky Face.
Winky Face, though. So, she's kind of resistant to magic. So, it does more to just do heavy hits.
Oh, I see your kitty. I saw your kitty.
You saw my kitty?
It was walking by the blinds.
Oh, good. I'm glad that it wasn't, it just walks in front of the actual screen. It's just like, oh no, though!
I'll hit her with my paw! Pat, bat, bat.
Thanks.
Oh, there was one time we were watching basketball at the other house, the Liberty House. And the cat jumped up on the TV stand and started batting at the players on the TV screen.
Did everyone just, freak their shit out?
No, it was adorable.
I didn't know if people were like, no, the basketball, though.
No, no one did that.
Okay, interestingly enough, I did not know this last time. She's not... she'll cast Silence on people who attack her with magic in this round, and she'll cast Blind on direct hitters. For some reason, Waka, who's an indirect physical attacker, she will not cast anything on.
Huh.
So, that's good to know, because I don't have to spend turns doing stupid stuff.
Yeah. Maybe that's part of the strategy, then, her.
Well, that was a waste of a turn, because I just realized that, I cured him of blindness, and then I was going to attack with him, which means more blindness. Maybe it is part of the strategy. It's not one I've ever read, though.
Huh. Well, from what you said, there are multiple ways to approach the bosses in the game, so...
Not as much this one.
Oh, not for the end? Okay.
Because, like I said, if you don't play by their rules, you lose in, one round. Which is what happened to me last night. I basically... The mistake I made was that I had brought someone back to full health, and they weren't a zombie, and then I swapped in someone who was a zombie who was going to take the hit if anything bad happened, but they had almost no health, and they were losing health. So when the bad thing happened, we'll talk about that, I had only one character left with 45 health, and then they basically were poisoned and died that exact turn. I was just like, no.
Well, oops.
Your main character, Tidus, one of his best things that he has is haste, but I think it actually goes away in between rounds, and because this is so much a match of, dying and then using Phoenix Downs to bring them back because of the whole zombie/poison kind of effect, having haste, which will go away when you die, is kind of not very helpful, relatively.
Huh.
Oh, that's right, you have your dumb thing, though. Alright, let's get this round out of the way. I'm boring everyone. He's got darkness, too.
Don't be ridiculous.
Everyone is blind, though. Let's see if this works the way it was. Riku's cool thing, she uses items. No, that cures poison, silence, petrification. I was hoping I could heal multiple people at once, but no.
No, you need Jesus to cure the blind, James.
He's not in this game.
Ah! Missed opportunity.
Missed opportunity. I realized I only used half the summons in South Park by the time I beat that. Hit him, though. Hit him! Hit Yunalesca, the him! More blind. I think blind lasts about 3 turns. So we are nearing the end of this first stage because 24,000 health is not that much.
It's not. I noticed you were doing 4-digit damage.
Yeah, well, Arin's the heavy hitter, so he does about 4k The other physical attackers will do about 2. I think Lulu does a little over 2 with her 3rd tier magic. So, at this point, I want to start thinking about who I want to have in the 2nd and 3rd stage. Not really sure. I mean, I guess I like to have Yuna in there, even though healing is literally not a thing in the 3rd round, or even 2nd round.
Yeah.
But it's a tough call. Usually Aowen and Yuna and then question mark. Because there's no right answer. Let's see if I hit her. No.
She'll still cast blind on you, though.
We'll get to it, because in the 3rd round I'm going to use some summons to try and get some extra turns where I'm not going to be at risk of the death thing. But, we'll see how that goes. If I can show you kind of... It's probably the most in-depth summon system I've seen in a game like this. And I really like how they've done it. Because you have, like, side options. Like, if you're trying to build your meter, you can choose kind of almost hidden options. Like, I didn't know about them when I was a kid. On, like, hey, are you trying to build your meter and not do damage? Then you can do this and build your meter instead. So it adds a lot of strategy.
Huh.
I think he has darkness as well. Let's go. Waka's also nice to have because he has a lot of health. So I don't want to swap him out even though he has darkness, and this last turn is taking a while. More blindness!
Blinder!
Would you like some blindness to go with your blindness? But blindness, though.
Oh, you can see a little bit. I'll do something
Starting
about
to
that.
see out of one eye. Let's Dead Space 2 this shit.
Oh, God.
Alright. First round done. Again, you could probably do that in 5 minutes. Alright, so 2nd stage.
Is Doppelwoggle.
It's
Tentacle Beast?
It's starting to get a little bit.
Oh,
so
I'm interested
so
now.
these tentacles use an attack called Hellbiter. Hellbiter hits everyone.
Oh, they're nibblers.
It does 1 or 2 hits of about 200 damage to all 3 characters, and all characters 100% will be hit with zombie unless you have equipment that's zombie proof, which is you have to go way out of your way to do, like way out of your way. You gotta like go back to a place and grind like crazy and do stuff, which I'm not gonna do. So second round
doesn't sound like fun.
Second round, 48,000 health. And so the key to this 2nd stage is it's the exact same thing, except she's going to keep making you zombie. If she casts regen on you, regen gives you a little bit of health every time. Regen is basically poison, because it will take away from a zombie. So she'll do that. She'll do Hellbiter. At the end of this round, you must have at least one person of zombie, or you will instantly lose, because she will kill you. And death,
she'll throw a bitch fit.
Death does not work on zombies, hence why you want some zombies. And anyway, let's cast some magic.
Yep.
We'll go ahead and do an overdrive because we're not going to use it later. So, Jim, when you want Fireaga, Thundaga, Blizzaga, or Wataga? Or the one that doesn't roll off the tongue?
I like Blizzaga.
Alright, Blizzaga. So she only has 1 overdrive, unlike everyone else, I think. And you rotate the right stick over and over, and probably the most you can do is 8. And each time you rotate it, you get an attack that doesn't actually do that much. Her overdrive's actually terrible. Because, like, I got it 7 times for about 700 damage, so that's 4,900-ish damage as opposed to our normal attack of 2,500 or so. Okay. So for an overdrive, not great. Waka's overdrive, which we'll go ahead and do, because why not, is a slot.
I like Blizzaga because it was my favorite one in Kingdom Hearts.
Sure. It's pretty good in that.
It was a shotgun.
Apparently I'm going for... Oh, none of them! Oh, good job, James. Oh, I still did 5,400. I'm impressed.
Smooth moves, Wario.
Alright, so he just cast regen on Lulu, but... So Lulu will gain health until bad things happen.
You've chosen poorly, Dr. Regen.
Oh, he's still got... No, that's... Okay, I got confused because blindness has a effect of like a black cloud. But so does zombie. So I was like, oh no, he's going to miss. But he didn't. It worked out fine. So now every turn, their health is slowly dwindling. And by slowly, I mean, I think it's every time everyone takes an action, that happens.
Huh.
Okay, he just cast Cura on her, which is fine. But if he casts Cura on my zombie people, that's terrible.
It's like, why is she doing? Does she not know that she's not a zombie?
Well, she casts regen because at any point now, if she does the zombie hellbiter, then Lulu will start taking damage instead.
I know.
Also, bar on the upper left, you can see the turn order, which I think is really cool. Mm-hmm. Depending on certain actions, like when you use an item, it usually will increase your speed. So like Lulu would get bumped up there. Mm-hmm. But I love this combat system.
Right.
I think it's called like the conditional turn-based battle system, something like that. If you wanted to,
I don't know. I like boobs, so I mean, that's two things this game has going for it right now.
Yeah, two characters. Okay, so now everybody's a zombie. Lulu's starting to take the damage every turn.
Can we unregen or?
Yes, I think. I know for a fact that you can remove zombie with holy water, which I have plenty of. But I think in terms of regen, I think you have to use Dispel, which I have. Also, the cool thing is this is one of the few RPGs where you can cast on either side.
Right.
So, as an experiment, let's see if we can do that. Because that would be good to know. Does Dispel get rid of regen? It looks like it does.
Cool.
Good to know. Alright, so now she's got it.
You're welcome.
Thanks, because that will help a little bit.
But yeah, I usually, if I can't figure out a way to fix a problem in an immediate way, I usually try and retarget myself. I taught myself that in Bravely Default.
How do you mean
Whereas
yourself and
in
stuff?
Bravely Default, I had a bad habit of getting charm inflicted on me. In Bravely Default, you can select to attack your own party members. So if one of your characters get charmed, just have your mage or someone with low physical attack give them a good bitch slap, and then that'll wake them up from
back
charm.
to their senses.
Yep, and it only does like 1 HP damage because Black Mage doesn't have very high attack.
All right, so she literally.
That's my strategy.
I keep calling
that's Jim's tip.
I keep wanting to call Yunalesca. He literally just cast regen back on me right after I dispelled it.
It would be a much funnier boss fight if Yunalesca was just one ginormous, like Tim Curry style drag queen.
It'd be pretty funny. All right, so now it's on him.
This game would be a lot funnier if it had more men dressed in women's clothing, is what I'm saying.
It would be a pretty good plot twist if Lulu was a man after all.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm just saying, I made it work, so this is not coming from a place of hate.
Yeah. So I think you can see why this would could get terrible.
I can, yeah. So anyway, this is taking a while. So, Heart Catch Pretty Cure.
Well, actually, we're about 2 rounds away from the end of this one, but go ahead.
Heart Catch Pretty Cure. Okay, episode 1. So, Tsubame Hanasaki, she moves into this town. And she's very shy. So she's very scared to make new friends at her new middle school, because she just moved into town.
Uh-huh.
So she gets there and she tries to introduce herself to the class, but she's really shy, so she can't speak up and she can't write her name big, so nobody knows what her name is. And this girl in the back, Erica, she's all like, "Hey, yo, new kid, we can't hear you." And she's like, I'm scared. But the only seat open in the back is next to the Erica, so she got to go back there and talk to the outgoing person. Uh-huh. So then time goes on, you find out Erica has the SAD because she wants to be a model, but her sister's a model and she's too short. She can't be the model. So what she does is she's really sad in the park, and the bad people, they come and they take her heart. And then she turns into a monster, and then Tsubame finds her true self and becomes Pretty Cure. Episode 2. Now she has to fight the monster. But she's doing a very bad job fighting the monster because she's new at this.
Are you just like summarizing the whole thing for us now?
Yeah, because you're making me watch a thing I don't care about, so I was going to make you listen to a thing you don't care about.
That's how it works, though.
I'm kidding, though. I'm fine with this.
We're pretty close. What I was struggling with Yuna is basically Yuna didn't have an action I wanted to do. Oh, hey, this is actually good. Okay, so she killed a character. Killing them, and by killing them, I mean reducing their health to 0.
Yep.
That will make zombie go away, which means I can bring her back and hopefully to full health before the bad storm happens. Oh, that's because I'm trying to use a high potion on her. If I can find the Phoenix down, I'm going to use that instead of Yuna's life because I'm conserving MP.
Yep.
But that's good because you want to try and have one person back to full health. Oh shit! Yeah, that's why healing is terrible.
Yep.
Also, it'll get rid of stuff like regen. So, Lulu's back to full and good. And Yuna's about to take a hit. I cannot attack with Arn because that'll go straight to the storm, which will kill Lulu. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try and get them all to zombie, but with a little bit of health. Okay, you may now continue the pretty cures while I figure this out.
Oh no, I was just being a huge a-hole. I don't mind being here.
Oh, but you can.
I'm here to support you. I'm here to support you through this boss fight, like you supported me countless times through many Xenosaga boss fights.
Yeah.
This is my role.
All right.
And I actually don't remember what episode 3 happened. That's when it starts getting to be Monster of the Week stuff.
Probably.
At which point, really, any order works.
Yeah, Yuna's got that and protect. Let's risk using a holy water on Yuna to try and cure her. If this works, that means I can bring Yuna's health relatively to max before he uses Hellbiter again, and then we'll be in good health to survive into the 3rd round. If he kills her, which he didn't, then I would have just revived her and she would have been back to stuff.
But instead, we're going to use healing magic and such.
Well, we are now using healing magic on everyone but Arn. Arn's not allowed to be healed because he's a zombie. So now what we're doing...
So instead, you're using Medica S. So more Xenosaga humor for those of you at home.
Yep. So basically, I now cannot finish this stage until everyone's a zombie. So I can't use Arn's thing. So Arn's just gonna do stupid turns. I shouldn't be cheap. Here we go.
No, be cheap. Whatever helps you win.
Well, I was like, I could heal for 200 or 502, and it's like, that's silly, though. That's not really worth doing. This... What is this? Firaga. This should not... This should not do it. Okay, good, it didn't.
What was supposed to happen?
I was hoping it would only do 2,000 instead of 3,000, because if it did 3,000, it would deplete her health into the 3rd stage. Okay, good. So now we have Hellbiter. Everyone's a zombie, and those two...
You want that.
Those two have a decent amount of health. I am going to take off regen on Arn, and then I'm going to hit Arn. I'm just going to punch him in the face, and then I'm going to
do it.
I'm going to go ahead and enter this 3rd and final and totally shitty fucking stage. So here's what happens.
Here we go, sir.
Here's what happens when you get to stage 3. More tentacles.
Oh, this is getting better and better. You know, that's the only thing that School Days was missing, like a ton of tentacles.
Well, I heard there was a sequel. Is that true?
I don't believe so. Well, sort of.
Or a spiritual sequel.
I think it was called Summer Days.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's not really a sequel, I don't think.
Alright, so what just happened is we used an auto death. It would hit everyone, it would kill everyone, party wipe, except we're all zombies. You can't death a zombie.
Okay, so that transformation itself casts death?
Well, it's an attack, if you will. So it's a turn, except into the 3rd stage, she has her first turn.
Okay.
So her first turn, she does that, and it sucks. Alright, so she's got 60,000 health now, which is a relatively a lot. At any point, she can do that attack again. It's not as likely as her other attacks, but you got to keep that in mind. Every turn that could happen.
Yeah. So basically, if you're going to heal up and take off regen, do it one at a time, pretty much.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. So I've got all these summons, and the problem.
But I mean, hey, now that we know that we can get rid of regen with Dispel, you know, we don't have to worry about getting rid of the zombie necessarily. Now, Kiraga's still a bit of a pain in the butt, but.
So I'm gonna try and do a summon here, and when I say try, I mean like it's gonna happen. But she can like zap your life force. We saw it earlier. It's called absorb, and so sometimes with the way that summons work, which is we'll talk about in a second, she might actually heal herself more than you can have time with the summon to do.
It's a little blurry. What's that, Bahamut? Or...
That is Bahamut.
I can see!
Yay! Bahamut is the toughest summon.
I recognize Bahamut, the most recognizable thing in the series.
Pretty much. So, real quick into summons. Each
Oh,
of
it's
them,
an actual controllable character when you
Yes.
summon it like that. Okay.
yeah. I mean, except for the overdrive, which is probably what you thought. But basically, so
Oh.
we once again have that bar.
I see your Schwartz is as big as hers.
Is almost.
Now let's see who puts it to use.
So, you have a bar underneath your name. You probably saw other people's filling up. When you take turns and when you take damage, it'll fill, and that's how you get your
Is
overdrive.
that the orange bar?
Yeah, this one's blank, so it's black, but yeah.
Okay.
With summons, you have a traditional attack, you have a status attack, which sometimes is delaying turns. You got black magic, which, depending on the element, may let you heal. Then you got the side menu, which is, it helps with the overdrive. So shield, you guard, you don't take as much damage, but your overdrive doesn't charge. Boost, you take a little bit more damage, but your overdrive charges faster. We're going to try and do that and hope that in one or two attacks that don't kill me, she'll fill my bar and I can use my overdrive. Right now...
I couldn't read that. Did she say that spell is called RuPaul?
It was Mind Blast.
Mind Blast, okay.
So we're going to keep doing that and hope that she fills my gauge. Right now, if she uses the Absorb, it doesn't matter. She's at max health. Like that.
Yep.
So she just healed herself for 3,000. Oh,
It
good.
matters
That
to
didn't
you.
help my bar at all. So this was completely useless. So I'll go ahead and get one attack in.
Your kitty's sad.
My kitty's sad because I'm not paying attention to her. So I did get 3,000 in because the heal didn't help her, technically. Osmos
How much health do you have as Bahamut?
4,000.
Okay.
But it's kind of set to scale. So, like, all of them go pretty fast.
Yep.
So I'm really hoping she won't use Absorb again, because that'll cancel out... Oh, she did. So that canceled out a lot of the damage I did. So the summons is not a great strategy for this, except if you go through all of them, you can do a little bit of damage, and all those turns, she won't use Death on you.
Yeah.
The two best summons, in my opinion, for this boss fight is Bahamut, because if Yuna has a gauge, she can grand summon for free, which is getting them with the overdrive to begin with.
Yeah.
You can do that, or if you can fill their gauge, Bahamut has probably the best overdrive because it starts with, like most attacks are limited to 9999, and Bahamut starts with Limit Breaker.
Ah.
So mine does about 13 or 14,000. And then the second best summon is, in my opinion, for this, is Shiva, because her status attack is delaying turns, so you can try and fill up her gauge, and hers does a guaranteed 9999 or something
Nice.
like that. So yeah, I've already done a 12th of her health without even really doing anything here, but this boss fight can go on for a while, especially since I'm not doing anything. So here's one thing I will do, and I don't know how helpful it'll be, but we're going to cast Haste and try and get more turns. I will say that the little heads at the end of her shit, they look a lot like Xenomorph heads.
Oh, nice. Some Giger going in there.
Might be. Arn and Lulu are already really low on health. Not great.
That's a bitch.
Yeah, because if you have two of them that are near your health, that means you're going to have a turn where one character is going to try and revive both or something, so you want them to die on different turns, if you will. Screw it, I'll just go back to him because he's a zombie and he can do some damage. Oh, he's got darkness or something.
Oh.
Alright. I think that's an auto reflex, like when you do any damage to her, she'll do like a little 200 to everyone, or not to everyone, to the person who attacked. Alright, Arn's
So you can
got
still do that.
an overdrive.
The Hellbiter.
Arn has different overdrives. They're button commands, they're QTEs essentially. They are all different. I'm going to do Shooting Star for this one, because some of them are for multiple enemies and some of them
That
for
sounds
one.
fabulous.
Check it.
Great.
8280. I started talking about earlier when Lulu had the little thing spin and Waka had his slot machine. All the overdrives play different. So even though it's like a one turn, 5-second thing, they're all kind of different. That's cool. Titus, god damn it. You have to...
Lady. Pure sunshine.
You have to hit the X button. It's kind of like a golf swing. You have to hit the X button on the little bar thing right away, kind of thing.
Oh, you're great at golf. You must love that.
I'm pretty great at golf. I definitely didn't lose right before this in Hot Shots Golf.
So,
Oh, I'm fucked.
Sudden death. Oh,
I'm fucked.
No.
I just lost because she cast Confusion. I just lost.
Wonderful. She decided you lost.
She decided I lost. We're gonna give it one more shot.
That sucked.
Yeah, and then this time I'll just do it faster.
It was fine before.
Yeah, that's what led to me losing last time, is she did a combination of confusion and my character's health were low.
Do you have anything to avoid confusion, or?
I'm gonna see if I have confusion ward or the like. I'm actually gonna check my items this time. The thing I was kind of doing at the beginning. Or snap, not sphere grid. I want to go to equip.
We want to do something fun.
Yeah. There we go. Confuse ward, poison ward, and silence ward. We'll do that.
Confuse ward?
Yeah. Confuse ward is a lowering of chance. There's stone proof, which would be like no chance of it happening.
Yeah.
But I don't. Oh snap! What did I do there? Instant confuse loss actually happens with a random enemy that appears in the desert, and it sucks. I feel like it's really poor planning on the developer's behalf to do that. Anything that makes like your combat not fun or kind of bad, not great. Oh, that was confuse ward. Silence proof. Fireproof and waterproof would be nice for other fights. Okay, so we're just gonna try and put confuse ward on as many people as possible. So Jim, if you'll keep track, Lulu and Yuna so far. Jim's keeping track super hard.
Lulu and Yuna so far.
So that's good because those are two of the three that I use anyway. So Arn will probably still get confused. Yay.
Well, can Dispel get rid of Confuse too, or?
If you have somebody to cast that, but that attack hits everyone with Confuse.
Right.
So it's kind of a party wipe. Not great.
Well, the ward reduces the chance, right?
Yeah, I don't know what the exact ratio is, but it's... I think it would at least have it, so the two should be able to do it. Turns out this whole thing was a trap, and I'm actually going to lose in this fight twice in a row and convince you to never play, because you'll just get to this point and be like, well, that's bullshit.
It kind of looks like it is the thing.
Yeah. I'll save this as my alternate save file.
Like, she doesn't telegraph that, and it seems like it's just kind of a crapshoot whether or not the game just decides you can win.
Yeah. I will say for, like I quote-unquote did as well as I did because I've played this boss fight before and I checked online on all of her moves and, like, where you're going to get screwed. But, like, going into this fresh, this is utter bullshit. Like,
yeah.
Just to have a boss fight where it's like, hey, at a certain point you'll instantly lose if you didn't... If you did the thing in RPGs that you do, which is you try and heal everything.
Yeah, I was going to say that when she transformed, the first thing she does is cast death. That's bullshit. How are you supposed to know that?
Confirming that you cannot skip this cutscene.
Oh, God. See, Xenosaga Episode 1 back in 2002 got this right.
Did it, though?
Xenosaga always let you skip the cutscenes.
Oh, man,
yes.
I always forget to log out of PlayStation Network.
You fool!
Now they're going to know that I'm not friends with people because I don't play online with anything. With anything.
Anything.
But yeah, I've heard, like, even though I don't... It sounds like a dumb thing. Even though I don't really feel like playing Kingdom Hearts 1 again, I kind of want to get the remix and play it again. Oh, it's really hot today still. I have the fan off because we would hear it on all the equipment.
Yeah.
The fan... Oh, I'm also...
He was blowing the fan on his balls.
Yeah.
Up his wiener.
I'm also wearing pants, so Jim won't see my wiener.
I can see it, though.
You can't.
Whenever I close my eyes.
Oh, well, that's true. I will say the thing graphically that I think shows and ages really well on Square's previous stuff is their particle effects.
Yep.
Like whenever you see like an explosion of colors and the spell effects and stuff, like that's aged really well.
And it makes it pretty and cool.
Yeah. Like models will age, animations will age, particle effects, depending on if you can see the pixels or not, those are almost timeless.
Yeah.
Fact. Not opinion, fact. Whew. But yeah, if it turns out that like I actually need to have Holy, I'm gonna be really upset. Because that's gonna be a lot of grinding. Because Holy, I think will do like 8,000 damage to her, which obviously every time you can, and only Yuna has it, so you can do 8,000 a turn. But it takes a lot of MP. Like I think you might be able to cast 2 or 3 before you're out. So then you'd have to take 2 turns every other turn to cast it and give Yuna more MP. Plus, the problem with this fight is not doing damage fast enough. It's just, hey, randomly, I'm gonna fuck you.
Yeah.
Man, who was it? I got in an argument with somebody about the music in Final Fantasy X. I think it was when I was talking to someone. I'm pretty sure it was when I was talking to someone after Amazing Spider-Man 2. And they're like, oh, did I see you at NakaCon, blah, blah, blah. Or maybe it was at Steven's birthday party, which was shortly after that.
And you're like, yes, I was with the guy in the skirt.
Well, yeah, I mean, the answer to that was yes. But they were like, were you the one playing the Final Fantasy X song? And, like, they're like, that song is called, something green. Movement on Green or something like that. And I'm like, actually, it's not. Movement of Green is a remix of To Xanarkand, which is the opening theme, the piano suite that you probably heard.
Yep.
And they're playing a different song in the background right now, but the music just because this track's called A Truth Revealed, and the reason I know this because these are the 3 songs I tracked down in the mid 2000s to legally download.
Right.
That I love so much of the soundtrack. Mm-hmm. So that's why I know the names. But anyway, song in the beginning with the pianos to Xanarkand, but then when they make the same notes but they don't use piano, it's called Movement of Green. I think it's really cool. I don't think it was a trope back then that Yuna's heterochromatic.
Yeah.
I think it's cool.
Now it's common as balls.
It's pretty common in animation and
you
stuff.
want to make your animu strange and mysterious? Give them 2-color eyes.
Do it though.
It is called heterochromia. You are correct.
Yeah, heterochromatic.
Yep.
I would hope that I would get it right at this point because I'm buddies per se with someone online that is one. Oh. Has it.
They're letting them use computers now? Ha!
Wow. Yes. Oh, that's the same person I think I told you that has synesthesia.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.
Interesting.
So they're letting them use computers now? Ha!
So they're
2 for 2!
Oh, jeez.
I'm the biggest asshole on the internet!
I don't know about that. I mean, you're climbing up the ladder quickly, the rungs.
The ladder
but
made
it's
of
a
dicks.
tall-ass ladder. It is made out of dicks, though. Slippery dicks. Slippery, moist, queefing dicks.
Oh, God.
I don't even know how that would be, but it is.
Good God.
I do think this game gets a worse than it deserves bad rap on the voice acting and all that shit.
Yeah.
I think it's not to scale and stuff. Like parts of it have aged badly, like that certain.
It's like,
scene.
well, it's just really inconsistent. I think, from the clips and stuff I've seen. When it's good, it's good, but when it's bad, whoo.
Yeah.
When it's ill-advised, whoo. It is David Matranga playing a 6-year-old version of himself bad.
It's pretty bad.
But less funny. You're gonna laugh so hard.
So this should go a lot faster. Don't know if it'll go better. I can't guarantee that. But it'll go faster because I'm not explaining half the things and I'm just doing them real quickly. I am going to still try and get everyone to turn in at the beginning here, which I'm halfway through already.
Right. So, I bet you can't wait to watch Season 2 of F. The sad season.
But that's the thing is you preface it by saying, this is the sad season.
Yeah. You were just like, F was kind of sad. I'm like, oh, no. You watch A Tale of Memories. That's the happy F.
I'm like, that's bullshit, though. Alright. I can't remember. Okay, I know Lulu and Yuna had Confused War. Were we able to get someone else to have it, too? Like Waka or somebody?
I think it was just Lulu and Yuna, but you might have done Waka too, yeah.
Yeah, I know it's not Auron,
I can't remember.
that was what I was disappointed with. I was like, darn it, because I really want that in...
Yeah, Auron we couldn't get.
I like how she cast Blind on him, even though he failed to hit, and he's already blind.
Yeah, I don't know about Kamari, but nobody cares about Kamari, so...
Yeah, I won't be using... Well, I was going to say I could use him just for the fact of Confuse Ward, but... Who would that be difficult, because he's not even that strong at this point. Checking real quick. No, he's not. He's got Jack All.
He's super gross, anyway.
He's super gross. It wasn't me, was it?
He's gonna yiff all over the screen.
We can't judge. Judging...
I don't judge. Mine's based purely on evidence.
Wait, so if you judge based on evidence, it's not judging?
Look, James. Everyone knows the skull structure of the furry is...
Yes.
More closely reminiscent to a more primitive ancestor.
Well, don't they want that?
Their cranial thought capacity... This is just phrenology. This is solid science.
Is this just we are terrible, not racist for now on?
Yes. No, it's not racism because it's furries. It's not a race. It's a subculture.
I thought you were going to say subhuman, and I was going to get really angry.
No. If anything, we're speciesist, okay?
Are they a species?
Well, yeah, in the fursuits, right?
What are you eating?
Jelly beans.
Oh, I thought you were out.
Jelly
you were
beans,
complaining like a year ago. He's like, I'm almost out, and then you're like eating them.
No,
from
this is my last bag. I should stop though. It's a lot of sugar.
Stone proof, slow proof. Nothing.
I'm gonna die if I keep eating these.
Yeah, I get. Okay, we're literally gonna have to count on frickin' hope that those two with Confuse Ward will be enough to not get super one-shotted with that shit.
Well, one is all you need.
One is the loneliest number.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
All you need is one. That is how this song goes.
That's how the song goes. I think Absorb takes half health.
Mm-hmm.
And not half each time, so like half then a fourth. I think it absorbs half in 2 turns.
Oh.
So
half of your max HP.
Yes. Because it scales to the summons, which is why that's not a great strategy that I was doing last time.
Yeah.
I mean, it has its benefits when it works, but it super did not work last time. So I can heal right now because things. She's got silence, so I'm using Echo Screen. Blah, blah, blah. We're halfway through the first stage. Missing terribly because I'm not healing. On a scale of 100 and too many, how many episodes of Pretty Cure have you watched?
Between all of them?
Yeah, all of them.
Oh, all Pretty Cure ever. Let's see. There's 48 heart catches. No, that's a lie. There's 49 heart catches. That's 49 plus the now 13 that I've seen of Happiness Charge. 49 plus 13, that is 62. Plus the 13 of Smile that I've seen, that's 75. Plus the roughly 20 or so I've seen of Sweet, so 95?
Darn it, you haven't actually seen 100 yet?
Not just yet.
Oh man,
we're getting there though.
It ruins my joke though.
Oh wait, I've seen some of the movies. We'll count those as episodes, so 100.
Yay,
so, yeah.
Close enough.
Yep.
Yeah, you've seen too many then.
I have.
That's the joke.
You could have made that even with 95.
Well, yeah. I mean,
No,
this
it
is
had to
coming
be
from the person
100.
who only watches up to 2 seasons of anime with like one exception ever. But
But
okay,
you gotta
exceptions.
figure. I skip the special attacks and transformation sequences, and usually the opening and ending. So the episodes themselves are only like 15 minutes long.
It's not just about time though.
Yeah.
It's a statement.
Well, yeah.
All right, so we're hitting with Arn again. 2 more hits with Arn, and we're done with the first stage. I don't know if it's actually been faster than the first time or not,
Right.
but maybe. I also don't know if this is gonna be one video or mini.
You never know.
The exciting multi-part fail fest. Oh, I can't use it because silence.
Anyway, the point amongst all that is that Heartcatch really was excellent, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it. There's a reason it's the only one I've really seen to completion.
Well, fair enough.
Because again, Monster of the Week can get a little tiring.
Yeah, I think
That's
so.
that's an understatement.
Especially for
Smile,
95 episodes.
Yeah, Smile is an interesting case because they do a lot of stuff differently on occasion. Like I sent you the picture of the giant robot, right?
Yeah.
There's also apparently an episode where they like fight the enemies in like a go-kart race. There's one where
Oh, damn it, I used the wrong item. God damn it, I used eye drops instead of the silence one. I just wasted a turn.
Nice!
Go ahead. The thing.
There's one where they race go-karts against the bad guys. There's one where they bowl against them.
Hang on, can we backtrack for just a second here?
Smile is just really silly. What's up?
God damn it. I just need to say that a couple more times. That was fucking stupid.
The UI dropped?
That I used the opposite status thing on the other thing, though. It's because I'm not using Asuna, which will work on pretty much anything, because I'm trying to... Oh, it's gone now.
See, the problem is, you tried to cure Lily. What you needed to do was try and cure Shizune. Katawa Shoujo joke.
That's a joke I don't get, because I'm only 40 minutes into that?
Well, the joke is that Lily's the blind one and Shizune is the deaf mute.
Oh, that's actually a pretty good, albeit very offensive joke.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I'm gonna use Fyraga here, and then after her turn, Arn should get us to stage 2 here.
Cast the Firaga.
Firaga. That's okay. So that's the thing that Final Fantasy does. He's got fire, Fyraga, but it doesn't work with water. Which, by the way, water I think is only in Final Fantasy X of the main actual games. MMOs don't count because they're fake games.
Right.
Oh, she's in... God damn it. What if I... Alright, I lied, everyone. I'm going to, I'm going to take an extra turn so I can have Arn start the next round with more health. Since she's going to do zombie right away, I don't want him at less than half health here. So, apologies.
That's probably okay.
Apologies to all. I'm trying to play the super
Well, you freaking should be sorry!
I'm sorry. I will give you my firstborn.
Okay, that's all I need.
I need it for reasons,
I'm gonna be waiting a while, aren't I?
Oh, did she... She has more health than I thought she did. Did she use, like, a heal thing?
I don't think
did she
so.
use an absorb recently? Because I thought she'd be dead from that, but she still has 2,500 health, so... Not so much. Also, screw it. Let's get me in here to cast some Hastiga so that I can get some turns in, for Christ's sake.
Hastiga!
So that right there, that effect that went over everyone's head as they did the shit, that's a particle effect, and it looked really good.
Nice. Use Hastiga.
I did, though. So yeah, Waterga. That is... Or Watarga? I mean, maybe it works better in English, but... God damn it, would you stop? I'm trying to heal him, though! Not only that, but that means she has more health for me to now deplete. Listen, stage 1's gonna take a while, everyone.
Crap.
Oh, god damn it, because he has the fucking shit.
Those rocks falling in front of the picture are getting annoying.
No, they're super cool looking. Is what the game wants you to think.
Listen, James, they're cool like Shadow the Hedgehog is cool. The game really wants you to think
No, that's
it's
cool, though. Shut up.
They give him guns and motorcycles.
I
They
can't
give
do
the
that.
rocks guns and motorcycles, but it can't hide the facts. It was never cool.
I'm just trying to get some hits in here. This is...
They can't be cool like Junior was. Junior was always cool.
This isn't really the party I wanted because Waka's out here, but
It's not the party you deserve. It's the one that you need right now.
Okay, he's got 3,000, so if
you fuck him.
If I heal and then... Oh, god damn it. I fucked up again, everyone. I should have... I did a little heal for everyone, but what I should have done was give him an eye drops. So, because that didn't work, see. And then just shield again. Listen, we're not going to be able to do this ever. Fucking ever. This is how you win, is Optimus.
You gotta stop screwing up, though.
I do gotta stop screwing up. So let's get that out of the way and cast his frickin' eye drops on him. It's a problem, though, because Absorb it heals for way too much. And so on a round like this, I'll be lucky to make that up with these 2 attacks. So he's got blind again, and then hopefully this will do it. Yay, okay, we're finally in a stage 2. Apologies. Gomenasai.
Tentacle time!
It is, though.
Oh, Tentacle-sama! You've returned!
The thing I need to have happen that will help a lot is if Yuna can get her bar full. You'll see that her bar is not filling worth a shit. So everybody here is a zombie.
James, I have a question for you.
What?
Is this a zombie?
We are zombified?
But is this a zombie?
That's a good question. We'll look into that over the course of the next hour.
I kind of wanted to, at NakaCon, yell at the shopkeep when they were selling this, like, no, it's a DVD, idiot!
You should have did that.
I should get it for free because I'm so smart.
Okay, check this out. The game
What?
broke. Black magic.
What?
I can't do because I got silence, right?
Mm-hmm.
But no one gives a shit with your overdrive. You can still use your overdrive, which is magic.
Go for it, dude! Overdrive!
Overdrive, bitch! Not very good, overdrive.
Screw
though.
your Silenze!
I think I vibrated so hard that I might have fucked the camera up a little bit, but that's okay, though.
Screw it.
Screw it. Do a very minuscule amount of damage.
Overdrive doesn't count.
Using Cura on... Lulu, thank you!
Thanks, Ace.
Thanks, though. So I'm...
You're sticking with,
and now my silence is gone. What's that?
You're sticking with Waka?
I'm gonna leave him in until her health is a little lower. Because he does a decent amount of health. He does a decent amount of health, though.
Yep.
I'm also gonna save everyone's overdrive for the final round. I don't know if it'll really make a difference, but... Okay, she is now casting regen, so I will be swapping either Waka... Okay, I'm swapping Waka out. I was gonna say either Waka or Lulu, whoever's turn is next. And then I'll fix that later, if I ever need Waka back in. How's everyone's...
It won't affect him out of battle, will it?
No. So I can't... Okay, the only person I need to cure is Aaron, so... Let's bring me back out and go with haste again. I think haste works, it just, each round it disappears, but I have enough stuff to make it work. And now everybody's a zombie, which is good. This is good. Alright, whatever. I use Fire Raga by default because it's the first one and fire is cool.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah. I don't do that much damage, but I get a lot. Oh, you'll notice that sometimes you can see the health and sometimes you can't. That's because you have to have something called sensor on your weapon.
So is it like a character skill or equipment? Like in...
It's equipment, yeah.
Gotcha.
It's a pain.
Like in Xenosaga, you had to have the snake eye or whatever.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass, though. Just gonna waste... Sometimes you just gotta waste turns. I'm gonna do that on Yuna. Because Protect will help against her physical attacks, but it'll go away if we die anyway, so... I just need it to not be her turn right now, since I can't heal anyway.
Yep.
And the person I want out right now is my character, and
got
bring
it.
Arn back
Use
in.
your Protectiga.
Protectiga, I think, might be a thing, because usually Ga means it'll work on everyone instead of some people.
Yeah, maybe it's like Protega or something.
No, I'm pretty sure it's Protectica.
Protectica? That's even better.
It's better in that it's not better.
In that it's dumber, yeah.
So
I'm just gonna put a "ga" at the end of everything and see how I can do this. It's time to go to school and use my teacher-ga.
Alright, so I have a nothing turn, so I'm literally going to go up and do 33 damage because Yuna. That's fine.
Now, Yuna's a person who could wake you up from charm.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Give you a good-
I almost forgot what
you
you were
a bitch
talking
slap.
about.
Give you a good bitch slap and then just
because that
wake
was a
you up.
while ago.
Make you forget your sexual interest in the Hell Beast.
Oh, I forgot he's got darkness on him. I think. Maybe he just missed. He shouldn't have darkness from this stage. Okay, Kira.
Don't let it cast dark, nigga.
Alright, so he killed Lulu, which is fine. We're Phoenix downing that shit.
This seems familiar somehow.
This feels like we did this, though. Ooh, please use Kira on Lulu! No! That's the opposite of what is good.
It feels like we've done this before, and it still isn't fun.
This is not a good showcase of the game. That was never the intent of this event. This thing that we're doing.
This is a performance art showing human suffering.
Yes. Okay, like literally just cast regen, which is human suffering. We're gonna dispel that if I can find it, because dispel is way far down the list when it shouldn't be. Dispel, unfortunately, will not get rid of zombie, which I guess is a good thing as well, but it only works on status ailments, and in this game, status things are divided in like 3 different ways. So there's like status benefits, status ailments, and zombie, which is neither. So like dispel will only work on ailments, and then Asuna will only work on benefits, or something like that. Alright, cool, he's almost dead. She's almost dead. That's actually not great at all, because then we'll have 2 people close to death, which is something we want to avoid. So let's bring out somebody who's not close to death, because we're not close to beating him.
Is it Wacka? I can't tell.
No, that was... Oh, I've switched a couple of people. I'm trying to keep the sensor because I'm not keeping track of the math very good. Does Wacka have a... Yeah, she's got 17,000, so I'm going to do this for a turn or 2. Oh, I forgot. Wacka's got the bullshit on him. Alright, who are you killing? Yay! Now I can switch Wacka out because he's a piece of shit, though. And we can revive Arn with half health.
Use the Staff of Ra to wake him up.
Let's look at my other items here. Fully restore 1 character's HP and MP. I got 8 of those. That would help, because then they won't revive with half health. 2,000 for everyone, but that only works if they're not zombies. Fully restores HP of 1 character. I got a bunch of those. Mega Phoenix revives party from KO. That would be helpful if you could use that on a game over, though. Fully restore HP and MP of party. Okay, well, good to know.
Well, if it kills your everyone and then you just have the one person who's not confused.
Yeah, but that never happened. It never happened. The game's coded to not let that happen, though. Okay, so we got Hellbiter, so we're back to zombies. Zombies for all. Lulu has, or Yuna has no health, which is really unfortunate. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Nice.
Did a lot of damage. And that's not who I wanted you to do that on, because now Arn's already almost dead. This is the problem with this boss fight, though. Oh good, it didn't do a thing. But it did trigger her bullshit response. Alright. We're getting really close to stage 3. Which is why I have to be careful now, because my health is shitty. Who are you gonna kill? Alright. I knew that was gonna happen. Let's use, Does that work on dead people? No. What was that called then? Thought I had one that wasn't shitty, though. It's revives party. fully restore. Do I not? That sucks.
Take your time there, Oren.
Arn just rummaging through his pockets. He's finding all these used condoms instead of battle items. Okay, so we got regen on her, which is not good. We're gonna heal Yuna and then take that off before zombie happens. Gotta play it super careful though, even though that makes this take a super long time.
But this boss doesn't dick around, so you got to be careful.
You gotta be more careful than you'd think.
You gotta be the super careful. Wow. So James, is it still light outside where you are?
No, not really.
It's still light outside where I am.
Oh, shut the hell up.
See, fun fact to listeners out there, Jim lives like an hour away from the line where it switches from Central to Mountain Time Zone. So it's daylight, like, super late into the day. Like, I've heard that in the summertime it can get to, like, you know, the 10 o'clock hours and it's still light outside.
We're gonna see if we can cheat the system here. Nope, wouldn't let me. Sometimes if you switch to Riku, she has such a high speed, you can get a free turn in. Because she'll have 2 turns before the enemy, so you'll like heal and then you can just switch back, so you basically got a free turn. I was hoping to do that because I'm at this point where if I attack with Auron, I'll probably get to stage 3. Yuna will be instantly killed because she's not been turned into a zombie yet, but if I wait it out, she'll probably heal and Auron will probably die, which doesn't put me at a much better place.
Hang on, is she shaped like a penis right now?
A little bit.
Okay, thought it was just my screen. Just checking.
At least some.
Looks like a blue veiny penis with tentacles. So horrifying, really.
A little bit. So what I'm gonna do
is win.
I don't know if you know this, but I've been talking it out for an hour now, boy. I'm gonna win. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and make Auron a not zombie so I can heal him before I get into the final stage here, so he can start with more health.
Holy water.
And she cast regen on somebody, which I'm gonna have to take care of that, but for now it's fine. Alright, so this turn's healing and then hopefully fixing stuff and hopefully entering the next stage, the final countdown though.
Oh crap. Oh, I just moved the mouse to try and see how far along the video I was, how much time was up to the end. Then I realized we're recording this. This is happening in real time.
Yeah, you can't skip ahead. Okay, everyone's a zombie. We're good.
That's where we want to be right now.
Everybody's a zombie because the bullshit's about to happen.
She's still got regen though, right?
Yeah, but I'll take care of that with her next turn.
We'll fix that. Stage 3. We're not fucking around anymore, guys.
Okay, and that's the thing. This
We're
perfectly.
gonna cut it out with the pretty cure silly shit. We're gonna get serious.
We're gonna that perfectly embodies why I hate 3-stage boss fights. The first one's nothing, the second one's tedious, and usually the third one's either cheap or terrible. Sometimes the second one's the terrible one, and the third one is just tedious. If you're lucky. Alright, she's bleeding terribly. But I don't know that I can do anything about that this turn, so I have to wait until her turn anyway. So a little bit of fire, and then it'll be Yuna's turn.
Burn the witch.
She is though.
She is.
All right, we're getting it off.
We're getting off right now.
Get that regen off. So I guess a good strategy if you have 2 people's turns that aren't the person you want to heal. Fuck! Did you see that?
She's dead now.
Yeah, she casts Kiraga because that does.
Did she just Kiraga?
She Kiraga'd a character which does 4,200 damage then if they have zombie on them. Okay, so what I was gonna say before that bullshit is if you have 2 characters that aren't the character you want to heal, what you could do is anti-zombie and heal in 1 turn. Okay, so we got regen back up, which I'll fix after zombie happens. Oh. Oh.
This is just more trouble than it's worth.
Oh, good news is that Yuna's overdrive is at max now, so I will be able to do a free 13,000 plus damage at some point.
Okay.
I'm trying to decide if I should do it now because she heals anyway at some point, so maybe it'd be best to try and do that at the end. You know, like when I'm within range and it's like, fuck it, here's the last turn I win. That might be best. In the meantime, gonna get Yuna's health to max before zombie happens again for her.
So
I use Cura. Curaga uses twice as much MP, and I don't usually need it. So we're in decent standing now. The only bad. Oh, here's Mind Blast. Here's Mind Blast. Let's see if my shit works. It worked really well, though.
It did. Awesome.
So I mean, Mind Blast isn't guaranteed confusion because the first time I did this boss fight, it took until the second time to party fuck me.
Yep.
But that's still really good news.
Yep.
That's not really worth a turn here.
I'm legitimately excited that went okay.
Yeah, because that means that will hopefully not happen to us again. So we are going to take off regen now, because I feel like this next round she's going to zombie again, and then Yuna will be at near max with no bad thing. No, we're going to Curaga. We're going to kill Aaron. That's fine.
Bring his white ass back.
I mean, the only thing that sucks about it is I basically lose a turn to do any damage to her, which is why, even though she doesn't have a ton of health, it takes so long to deplete it, because you have to spend so many turns doing the stuff. Reviving and healing before you can't heal them all.
I will say it's a good thing that it is just a 3-in-1 boss fight versus, you know, separate boss fights.
Oh!
What happened? Mudo?
Oh, only Lulu's gonna be left after this. Or wait. Wait, what?
Use that party thing now.
No, Arn didn't die for no reason, though. I'm trying to figure out why Arn is alive. He's not a zombie right now. What the fuck just happened?
Everything we know is a lie.
I mean, it's good. I'm super happy. Oh, wait, hang on. I'm an idiot. I'm not on Arn's equipment. I'm trying to check for that right now. Anyway. That's revive party. Only one person died. I'll just use a Phoenix down on her.
Only one person died? Okay.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, is Aaron should have died, leaving only Lulu with 400 health, which is a worrisome amount. But for some reason, Aaron, who was not a zombie, did not get instantly killed.
Is it a chance of instant kill, or is
it's supposed to be 100%. His weapon is piercing. His armor is nothing. I don't understand. I'm super happy.
Post in the comments if this makes any sense.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch this far. Okay, now he's the zombie, so everyone's fine except low health, but... Wow! Yeah!
Go for it.
I mean, good stuff and all, but I don't comprehend, though. I'm gonna... for the most part, Aaron's gonna be my attacker, so what I'm gonna do here is...
Hit a bitch?
I'm gonna heal Lulu by holy watering her and healing her in one turn. And again, this will always put you at a risk of them then instantly getting killed, but it's better than having people at low health if you can help it.
Yep.
So, Lulu, here's the most powerful thing you can use to heal yourself. An Axe Potion. Not as good as the XXX Potion, though.
We wish. Oh, and the zombie just happened. Okay.
Oh, so cool. So in one turn I got her health back. So...
Now we're zombies again, so...
Yeah. So the next thing I'll do is I'll do the same thing to Yuna, and Arn will still have a turn to do damage. So still making progress. Going swimmingly so far, knock on so much wood.
All the wood that surrounds me. Hold on. There
Hang
we
on,
go.
there is still some wood to be knocked.
Yep.
Oh, I guess I should use Arn's Overdrive on his next turn. There's no point in keeping it, because you could potentially earn another one. I don't know about in this fight or not. Alright, let's see how this goes this time. Okay, so Arn is confused, but I can take care of that. It's not an issue.
If there's just one confused, we're okay.
Yeah, well, one or two. As long as I have at least one person to be like, please stop that shit, though.
Quit being silly. Oh, you can also slap people out of confusion and break the phone.
You may or may not be able to do that in this.
Well, I'm saying don't try it now because you don't want to risk.
Yeah, not in this boss fight.
You don't want to try crazy new things in this boss.
Listen, what would happen if I cast Fyraga on Auron?
You don't want to try crazy new experimental tactics in this kind of boss.
See, confusion's not like you don't have an item for confusion itself, so I think either status. Oh, this is tricky. Do I use Asuna or? Let's see. No, Dispel is good things, so I want to use Asuna to get rid of a bad thing, but it won't get rid of Zombie, I don't think. Yeah.
You did it.
I did it. Now she's gonna kill him, though. All right, but that's good because if he's confused, he might attack me and do 4,400 damage.
Yeah,
it's not good though. So we're back in good standing, and James forgot to use the overdrive.
Oh well.
There's always next time. Next time. Yuna's at max things. How much health does this boss have? 38,000 though.
Yikes! It's a lot. It sounds like a lot.
Yeah. It's a lot. I mean, there's going to be 13,000 off of the summon, at least, and then hopefully I can get at least one summon to do a decent amount of damage, but I don't... it's risky, because I don't want her to heal any of that back. So...
How much does she heal for, though?
Half of your summon, so 2,000 to 3,000. So she can quickly recoup a lot, because you might use it once or twice before your summon dies, or you can get it out of there.
Yeah.
See, what I'm struggling with at this exact moment is it's not worth doing the Holy Water healing combo on Lulu, because then only Auron will not die if she does the bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and just hit him for nothing. And then that way only Yuna will die if she does her bullshit. Time for some water gun. Oh, I want to point out that Lulu has, it only happens like the first time you use the spell every once in a while, or maybe the first time ever. I've never really worked it out. I don't know if that was a bug, but like she has catchphrases. Yep, there it is. I made a good call. She has catchphrases for her magic, and so like when you cast a fire, she'll be like, time to heat things up. And like, if you cast a water spell, she'll be like, you look a little thirsty. It's like the dumbest shit.
Oh gosh.
And I love it.
It's good. No, I like that. I like that.
Okay, so traditionally I would attack with Auron. But I really need to bring her back ASAP. So Lulu is going to suffer a little bit because I have to prioritize Yuna, who's the healer. So deal with it, sister.
Lulu has to suffer like the girls in Monica did.
Actually, Lulu will not have to suffer as much though.
No, she ends up with Waka. She'll suffer plenty.
That's canon, unfortunately.
You're welcome, James.
Oh man, I almost hit X to heal Lulu instead. That would have been terribly shit. Okay, I'm just gonna use a high potion because it's about the same. Alright, so Yuna's gonna be back in full standing, and Lulu's probably just gonna die, and we'll deal with that then.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to
Hey look, it's Kiraga! Hey look, you used it on my character that's fine though. Oh cool, so now I can use my stupid combo. That's what I'm calling the combo that might make me win, but whatever. Do I want to do that? I'm gonna do it.
Holy water heal up.
Holy water heal up. Because that was a little risky, but Arn has 2,700, so now that I think about it, though, Arn's the one that can be confused, so I might be fucked if bad things happen. Anyway.
Anyway. Great.
Nailed it.
Nice. Gave you a little love tap, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's not much. Alright, we're back to full health.
Crossing my fingers for some zombies.
Okay, she used Mind Blast, so
Oh boy.
Arn's probably going to be confused. No, the bad thing would have been if she used Mega Death and then Mind Blast. I probably would have gotten fucked.
It looks like... Is he confused?
He's not, no.
Okay, I was going to say, I can't see, but it looks like he's not.
No, he's just got zombie. But they do not have zombies, so at any point this combo could still happen, which is really worrisome.
Yeah. Too bad you can't give yourself zombie or something.
Not that I'm aware of. Oh, well, the only thing I can think of is that Arn has an ability that can make an enemy into a zombie, but he would have to physically attack someone, which would do 4,400 damage.
Yeah,
So no, I don't have that option. Okay, she now has 2,400. Alright, because of how risky I'm at this point, I am going to Grand Summon Bahamut. And I'm going to either whittle it down or see if he can take one of the Mind Blasts in order... Because, like, she doesn't use it back-to-back, so... Or not the Mind Blast, Mega Death or some shit, I don't know.
Yeah.
Basically, this is the end game, let's fucking do it, yo.
That is a pretty summoning cutscene, though. I really
Yeah, they all have really pretty cutscenes, they're non-skippable. Because you will see them a lot.
Yeah, at least Yunalesca let you skip the Urde Kaiser summon. Not that you want to.
Not really. So it'll get 3 turns
Urde
after
Kaiser
this.
is awesome. So you gonna do it?
I'm doing it. My hope is that I can summon this. It won't heal too much from Bahamut, and then I can dismiss Bahamut, which, instead of letting him die, which dismiss will probably let it be my turn.
Good God!
Yeah, it's kind of powerful.
Jesus Christ!
And 18,000, even more than I thought, which means she's only got 16 or 6,000 left before she heals herself.
Hit it with a Jesus beam or something.
It is. Okay, Mind Blast. There's one. That's good. Because that's a big deal. What did, he's flashing now. I don't know what that means.
Can't confuse a god.
2,000. And Osmos, which is the MP. So she's got 7,000, but she's going to get 2 turns, which probably means she's going to heal. It's probably better to dismiss. Because that...
Sometimes you gotta pull out.
Because that should up the chances that it'll be my turn instead of her turn. So hopefully. Nope. At least she's doing a dumb thing. And by dumb thing, I mean not the worst thing ever that she could do. Fuck! I just lost.
2 in a row? Oh no!
Oh man, I got super Jude though.
No!
Man, and I thought I had such high hopes because the Arn didn't die that one time.
No, god damn it.
Yeah. Wow. And so you could say, like, well, James, you should have just stuck with the sun, but, like, that probably would have happened either way, or maybe it didn't.
No, I'm not about to say
well,
that.
I mean, I'm saying to the audience member.
But then, yeah.
The audience member, I'm assuming I put this up since it's just going to be 85 minutes of losing.
Yeah.
So we're not going to do another attempt tonight.
Yeah, thanks for watching our ill-fated quest to try and kick this bitch's ass.
I'm gonna do well. What I am gonna do right here is just for the sake of maybe 5 minutes. I'm gonna leave this immediate area.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what's. Fuck! I don't know what equipment. I can change the equipment. I'm gonna see basically doing like 2 battles, like how much experience that gets to see if it's gonna be worth the grind to get holy, which I won't do here. And then I'll wrap up my thoughts on this.
Okay.
Which is that it's terrible. Again, 6,000 health away. The first time I did this, I died when she was 16,000 health away. So let's go to the equip for Yuna. What does she have on? She does have Confused Ward on, and okay, so this was the save file I thought it was. So this should be, or not boss fights, but enemies, either here or on the next screen. Just to see how reasonable it is to fucking do this. I remember this boss fight being bad and very difficult when I was a kid. I don't remember how many times it took to do. Like, as a teenager, I would have been much more quick to rage quit than I obviously am tonight. Because I almost want to do it a third time, just because but it's so time consuming. So the 3 people I want to be stronger are these 3, so there's no point in, Actually, you know what? I just thought of something. I think I've told you about, like, what I call summon breaking.
Yeah.
Here's what summon breaking is. You grind their overdrives.
Okay.
Which means you fill up their overdrive, which will stay full unless they die, or you use it. And you go into a boss fight with all of them filled. And the hope is that then you can just chain overdrives and instant win. Which may be how I have to defeat her 3rd form, because Jesus Christ. So let's see how that goes. Because the attacks do a lot. Oh, I missed. That's helpful. That enemy that I destroyed, by the way, will do a ridiculous attack if it's the last one standing.
Right.
Tricky Trixie. I may or may not survive both of their attacks. And then I'll get 2 turns. But then I'll die. Alright, so we'll fill his bar later. Man, this is gonna be a lot of work for the most disappointing video ever.
God dang it.
Alright, so Aaron's almost dead. Yeah, and again, this is not the final dungeon. This is the second to final dungeon. And it is this rapey.
Dang.
The final dungeon is not as bad as this. I think that's what you're gonna...
Is the final dungeon even worse, or?
For different reasons, the final set of bosses is also Yunalesca. In some ways, not like instant death, but just like being able to win. There's 3 boss fights. The first one is just time consuming. The second one's really tough, and then the third one you basically instantly win. Let's summon... That one's almost full, so let's summon Shiva. And I'm just going to do this over a couple boss fights and try and fill other meters for my next attempt. So you'll get to see some more of the summons here. This is Shiva. She's the ice bitch, as I classically call her.
Yep. Just like when I classically asked you which bitch is your favorite in Katana Shoujo.
That's how it works, though. Oh, I'm almost dead, though.
That hurts.
Alright, so basically, if I have a battle or summon each of them, if I do that twice, I'll be able to fill out most of their bars. So just there, everyone got experience, got like roughly 1 experience off of 1 battle. So if I do about 20 battles, I might have Holy, which I really don't remember Holy being that good. Like, the guide said you want Holy, but part of that might be, like, you want to be where your stats... Because you get other stats along the way. They might be like, you want to be with these stats, which is benchmarked by Holy.
is it worth it then, or?
I don't know. What I was conveying was, I think what will be worth it is to summon Break to max out all their overdrives and try that in the 3rd tier a different night.
Right.
Oh, here's a fun thing. Oh, you're a zombie? Tables reversed, bitch!
Come on down!
Coming down to fuck you town.
And that is how you get unity damage.
Yeah, they have to be zombie. I mean, that is a combo you can do with large enemies, is to use Aowen's zombie something and then do the thing. Alright, there's only one enemy left, so hopefully it'll be a really easy... We'll do Bahamut since he's almost full, and unlike Shiva, isn't almost dead.
Can you heal your summons up? Or?
Yes, if they're the right type and they have the right magic. So like Ifrit, who's fire, he can use fire magic on himself to heal. Bahamut is considered non-elemental as far as I know, so I think it would just damage him. Oh, I guess, yeah, Shiva could use ice magic to heal herself, which would have been a shorter answer. Hopefully I don't die now. I know what attack he's going to use, because he's a flamethrower guy. It looks so dumb, though!
It does.
Alright, just on the off chance that I don't one-shot him, which I probably would. Playing it safe, because I got that bar filled.
Yep.
So, perfect. Oren, hit him in the face, though. Alright, well that does conclude. Let's not beat Yunalesca.
Let's get our ass kicked by
Hey, look, not even halfway towards another level. So I'm definitely not grinding for levels.
Oh, dang.
Save points heal you, which is why I'm going back. Anyway, we're done. The longer I talk, the longer this file's going to be, the more work it's going to be, so...
Right, so that was exciting and fresh, so... Thanks for watching, thanks for listening to me ramble about Pretty Cure a bunch, and then we're good.
Yeah, tune in next time when we play something fun, or the fun part of something fun.
Well, unfortunately, Vesperia might be coming up soon, so I can't guarantee.
No guarantees, everyone.
No guarantees. Okay.
Which is why you should all subscribe to this channel. Thanks very much.
Yes, bye-bye.
Bye.